Hey everyone, welcome back to Trail Expedition. My name is Scott. We are still in Colorado. I did say the very best for last. This is Radical Hill.
It's gonna be legend, wait for it, dairy.
So Radical Hill Trail, it's about 2.5 miles long. They say it takes about 2 hours to accomplish. There are a couple spots on it that I guess can be a little tricky. There is one really off-camber spot where you're right on the edge of the mountain, and I guess it's like a 27-degree roll. They say it's really sketchy. So that's really the only part that's got me a little freaked out, but we'll take a look at it when we get there and see how it goes. This does summit around 12,600 feet, and it is two-way traffic, so you do have to watch for oncoming traffic as well. Alright, so I did take Webster Pass in, and we're going to take this up to Radical Hill. Get into it right here. It's kind of a drop off. We get a little tippy right here. I'm still in two-wheel drive. That probably would have been a lot easier in four. Now when you're attempting hard obstacles like that, it does help to put the four-wheel drive engaged. I did that in two-wheel drive. Stupid. Alright, 4-low engaged. We should probably have an easier time actually being in four-wheel drive. Highly recommended.
Radical Hill is a short, white-knuckled climb to an outstanding view of about 12,600 feet. Most people combine this trail with others in the area, such as Webster Pass and Red Cone. Radical Hill by itself is only 1.7 miles long and will take you about an hour to do. However, if you're coming from Montezuma, which is where I started, it'll take about 3.7 miles and a few hours to accomplish. I started in Montezuma and then took Deer Creek back out to Montezuma in the end of the trail.
Alright, so from 0.6 miles from where we started, we are getting to our first really hard obstacle. Let's take a look at it. I mean, overall, it doesn't look bad. I just got to figure out which line I want to go. So, I'm going to stay high left here. It's probably the easiest line, this high left. And then once you get up here, there's a couple more rock climbs. You could stay hard right, but that would be kind of it's almost like a V-notch over there. So I think we're going to stay high left. Just a slightly different line, but we got her. Section right here doesn't look nearly as bad as the previous one though. All right, got through those couple little rock scramble areas. Nothing too hard. That first one I had to take a couple of passes at, but you know, just had to find the right line with it. Now we're actually going to be heading uphill, but I don't see any major obstacles ahead. All right, we're about 0.8 miles in, give or take, and there's another little area here that I'll have to take a look at before we go into it. Steinjager rock sliders took the blunt of that coming off that rock, so kept the body damage on the slider, not on the Jeep. And now we're heading back uphill. As you guys can probably see, there's still snow way up there. Crazy to see snow this time of the year. Obviously we're at 12,000 feet. It's September 3rd, 2024. It's currently 48 degrees out here, but that snow has probably never melted from last winter. When I did Argentine Pass a few days ago, I did see some snow flurries up there, so I'm sure it probably does get some intermittent snow around here. So in the book, it says at 1.1 miles, this is basically where we're at right now, it says stay right, narrow tippy trail climbs steeply, lesser road goes left to tiny cabin with views. Oh, we gotta check out the cabin. But I think this is talking about the tippy area that everyone's kind of worried about. Let's go left first and check out this tiny cabin.
The book I'm referring to is the Fun Trek's Guide to Colorado Backroads and Four-Wheel Drive Trails. There are 3 different books you can get. There's 2 for Colorado and 1 for Moab. I definitely highly recommend these books if you're in the area.
Man, check this cabin out. This is cool. Looks like there's a bunch of new wood here. I'm wondering if someone's going to try to, maintain this. Could you imagine living in this thing? I mean, you barely fit through the door. Definitely can't be obese. It's not that big. It looks like there's a bed spring up here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I wonder if that was like a loft, like a sleep area. And then this is kind of like just living quarters down here. I mean, some of this has been repaired. Obviously, this is new. That's new. You could tell what's original. Like these boards down here, you could tell are original, but this stuff is new. So you could tell someone's been trying to keep it up, which is cool to see. You just imagine walking out your front door every single day, though, and this is your view. If I was one of the original settlers in this area, I'd pick this spot. I bet you it's brutal in the wintertime though, but man, summer, look at this. This is just awesome. All right, so pretty cool cabin. Definitely worth stopping and looking at just because it's not far off the trail at all. But now we're gonna get back to it. Now we're just leaving the cabin, taking that left-hand turn up that steep, narrow section. Looks pretty rocky as well. Alright guys, this is where we're getting to that steep, narrow section that puts you really off camber. We're just going to take it really slow. At least 20, probably 25 to 30 degree pitch right there, and you're right on a ledge. I'm not sure if that's the only ledge like that or not. I mean, it's still a little off camber right here, but that part right there is definitely worse than what this is. So luckily it doesn't last all that long. Kind of a tight switchback right there, right after that. So this part here looks a little off camber as well. Take it slow. Now, like I said, that section, it's not hard, it's just really unnerving. Water crossing here, and then it looks like it's just straight up to the top. Looks like there's someone up there. Going up to the top, extremely narrow. Basically, I'm sticking my head out when I get to these big rocks that jut out, just because I want to ride it as close as I can to it. That way I stay away from the ledge. Slow and steady. Like I said, we're only going 1 mile an hour. Just slowly crawling it. I'm in 4 low. I'm aired down to about 7 psi in all my tires. Not in a hurry.
This trail is very tippy, narrow, and steep with several challenging rocky sections. Vehicles wider than 74 inches will find the last section of the climb especially nerve-wracking, as a small rock wall forces you towards the edge of the shelf road.
I feel like this trail is just wide enough to get it. That forward-facing camera really does help as well. This is an aftermarket one. It's not as nice as the one that's on my Gladiator, but it's better than nothing. That wasn't the top. We're still going. So yeah, we went back through another switchback, still going up. This one's definitely wider, and there's more of an edge right here, so it's not like a sheer drop off like that other one was. So makes you feel a little bit safer going up it. Still want to take your time with it though. I think this might be the top though. Got another Jeep up here. I think that peak right over there straight ahead is Red Cone, which is what we did a few days ago. The views out here are amazing. Still some snow up here. Crazy to see. All right guys, we made it to the top of Radical Hill. It was a crazy climb up, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely not for the faint of heart. A couple climbs that you're coming up on those ledges, and like I said, there's that super off-camber spot where you're probably at 25 to 30 degree roll. I definitely would not suggest it if you're not more of an advanced off-roader for sure. But the views from the top are just simply amazing. Alright guys, so we're at the summit and we're just taking off now. I met this guy that was at the top. He was, his name's Keith, and he's up here looking for goats and sheep and whatnot. He said he was up here yesterday. He said there's a whole bunch, but hasn't seen any today, so maybe we'll see some on the way down. So he came from this direction, the direction that we're going. Like I said, this is two-way traffic through here. And he said this way coming is quite a bit easier than the way I came. He asked if his stock Wrangler could make it, and he said he's a novice off-roader, and I was like, honestly, I don't know if I would attempt it if I were you, just because it's not an easy trail. It's one of the harder trails I've been on. And it's not because it's got huge, super hard obstacles, it's just super off-camber, and you know, you're right on that ledge. Alright guys, and that is the very end of Radical Hill. So essentially when you come down from the plateau on the very top of Radical Hill, it splits right here. And this actually turns into Deer Creek Trail. So we're going to take it to the right, and then that's going to get us back into Webster Pass, and then it'll get us back into town, and then we'll be heading home shortly after that. This trail, it's something. I'm glad I did it. For the advanced off-roader that's got a pretty built rig, not an issue. Take your time with it. It's more mind over matter than anything, just because it's sheer drop-offs and just crazy off-camber angles. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video, and it's going to be it for this Colorado trip in general. This is my last trail before I head home. So I really hope you guys enjoyed all of these videos, and I will catch you in the next one.